Welcome to my channel, Katerina's Oil Paintings, and today I wanted to tell you about my favorite color, oil paint color to use for sky. As a beginner, as a still beginner, it was actually was a little bit difficult for me because my favorite artist bloggers used it the same oil color all the time. So I kind of stuck if I should use the same like for example ultramarine, or just go ahead and experiment and use my favorite color, because when you look in the paintings of different masters, you can tell that he used it not ultramarine blue, or he used it several blue color or different. So and it's kind of hard to follow, to find favorite, and then you mentally punish yourself, or maybe I should use like he did, not just to figure it out my way. So today I will show you the blues that I used it. As you can see, there's so many all kinds of blues, and it's not the end. I used to have more. I just did not buy it anymore because I find it that I have my personal favorite blue for mixing sky color. So let me put this away and show you each variation of possible colors of sky. So I have a paint thinner. The first I wanted to show you, I bought it recently. It's just a gray color. It's a bluish gray. It's a bluish gray, which is possible color for sky. And why I like this blue gray, because when I mix it with yellow, sometimes sky has a yellow, like sunset scenes, it does not turn green, which is amazing because it's so easy to turn your sky green, especially for beginner when you try to mix. So it's a grayish blue, especially for sunset scenes. It has this darker, I hope camera will show true color. And also you probably heard about this. Just let me wipe my brush so it won't mix. And you probably heard about this color. It's a pain gray. It's the same gray. It's pretty color. I like it. Sometimes when I paint a scene with a fog or winter scene, here, just a little bit darker, towards more like a blackish or what. I like it. I like it. It's I would say transparent, maybe semi-transparent color. This was not transparent, I would say. Okay. Next one I would show you blues. I always will mix it with white. The next ones I will mix it with white because some of them is really intense color. The most popular color probably will be this ultramarine blue. Here's it, ultramarine. It's definitely transparent color, and I like it to mix it with like a alizarin crimson or with yellow. It will mix you pretty green color. I would not use it like impasto style, as it's transparent and it's very pretty when you mix with different color, and especially with white color. Look. Especially with white, when you mix, you already can see, that's how you can paint your sky darker or add more white, lighter. Really pretty. Probably I would say I would put it #1 in painting sky color, especially if you want to paint everything, like a snow scene, summer scene in shades. It's really pretty color, ultramarine blue. And French ultramarine, I honestly did not quite understand what's a giant big difference between those two. But I think French ultramarine may be more darker, but I don't know, maybe more experienced artists will tell you, but I personally did not find a big difference. Maybe, I don't know. I hope my camera shows you. Так, next, blue color. Let me wash my brush. Painting there. Next, my that I use very often, it's a cobalt blue. You heard about this oil color. Cobalt blue. It's similar to blue ultramarine, probably less transparent. Pretty intense. Let me grab tiny bit white. Pretty intense, and I'm not specifically like it to use it as itself paint in sky. I usually mix a little bit ultramarine blue or Prussian blue, and then I make the color of my sky. I hope my camera will show you true color. That's a cobalt blue. And they say cobalt is bad for you just because it's a special, like a chemical. So I don't know. Don't eat it. Next one, my favorite, one that I use pretty often, it's Prussian blue. It's a Prussian blue for sky. It's very dark, intense. I would qualify with transparent. I like it to use it instead of black because it's so dark and intense. When there was times when I did not use it black at all, so I would use Prussian blue with adding little bit alizarin crimson or purple, would give you this rich texture, rich dark, almost black texture. But it's my number one, probably used to be at least, for mixing greens. And sky, the sky Prussian blue, you have to be careful with it because it's greenish. I don't know what kind of pigment it has in it. Sometimes it looks green to me. I don't know. Especially be careful when you put yellow next to it or orange. So yeah, definitely mix it with white. It's very, very dark, rich and intense. But I love this color. It's my number one, probably. I would pick it because it's really pretty greens mixed with this Prussian blue, and it is intense color. The next one is phthalo blue. Phthalo blue, you probably heard about this too. Phthalo blue, Bob Ross use it a lot, and it's similar to Prussian blue. Definitely transparent. Wait a second. I'm sorry, that was phthalo blue. I'm sorry, they're very similar. That's a Prussian blue. I'm sorry, that's what I think. Seems something off. That was phthalo blue. That's a phthalo blue. It's dark, intense color, transparent, and that's a Prussian blue. You see, almost like a black. Let me mix it with white so you could see. It's hard to see if you don't mix it with white. Sorry about that. You can see this very similar, and it's hard to read the name of color. You see? Sometimes it's just so intense. I used it instead of black. Very dark and pretty. Very pretty greens when you mix with phthalo blue and Prussian blue. Very pretty greens because it's both transparent colors. And next one, I wanted to show you. No, I don't know. This turquoise, it definitely towards maybe green. Some artists like maybe to paint like island scene, or maybe like winter sky, you can add just tiny bit of this, like a winter sky, when you want to show that your snow is a different color from a sky. Sometimes you make your sky green in during oil painting, what I mean. Some artists make it even greenish. Let me mix it with a little bit white. I would not paint it sky with this. Maybe add, maybe a little bit add to your whatever primary blue you will use for your sky. Maybe add a tiny bit of this. But it's good for painting tropical water and just in general nice turquoise color. I don't use it very often, but I figured that I should have it. The next color, I have it like whole tube of it, and I used it maybe one time and I did not like it. Maybe just because it's a bad quality. Cerulean blue hue, maybe just because it's hue, not like true color. Some artists love using it. For me, I did not like it. For me, it's not transparent, I would say. I still have a hard time to figure it out which one's transparent, which one's not. And when I made the sky with this blue one time, it's been over a year ago, it reminded me like a wall, like painted wall in Soviet Union schools. I did not like it. And also I was not specifically impressed how greens turn out when you mix with this cerulean blue. But some artists love this blue, love. One artist just recommended me. And the last one, but not the least, I wanted to show you the most favorite blue lately painting sky, especially when I paint Monet, when I try to copy Monet. Very, very pretty blue. It's definitely transparent. Primary Cayenne. Primary Cayenne. I don't know if I got it right or not. Definitely transparent. It's really pretty blue color. I don't use it in pastel just because it's much more pretty when you mix it with white. See, it's so